Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to be ranking the 2025 roster. The 2025 women's roster, okay? This is just alphabetical order. I have it all written down. I don't know if you'll want to see Trish in this, so I put her in it, but because Zoe Stark is in this, Shayna Baszler is in it because she did have that return at NXT Homecoming. She had that return, so I'm gonna move you guys. Okay, so she did have that return at NXT Homecoming. That's why she is in it. Trish, I'm at a thing with Trish. She returns like every 2 to 3 years, but never does anything with it. So I am gonna put her in it, and if we are going to. Okay, so we have A to Z written down in alphabetical order. The only thing that is different is the Shayna and Trish at the end of everything. Okay, so starting off strong with Asuka. One of the women's tag team champions. I think I want to rate her a high, but she hasn't really done anything in 2025 other than the only reason I'm still there for Asuka, ready to see Asuka do things in the ring, ready to see her matches, is because of the tag team division helping out Asuka and Kairi as tag champs. Now do I wish there was different tag champions right now? Yes. But that is where Monday night will come in, or tonight will come in, because it's Sunday when I'm filming this, but when you are probably watching it, it's the first Monday Night Raw of 2026. So I don't know to put her in so it's going to be tiered. So S tier, A tier, B tier, C tier. We're not going to go down to D. So I am going to put her into the B tier as second. A tier is going to be the GOAT. Okay? AJ Lee. Probably one of the biggest nights of 2025 was when she returned. Scratch that. We're not going to do tiers. We're just going to rate them out of 10. For Asuka, I'm going to rate like a 6 to 8 out of 10. I'm not going to say the other number. Otherwise, I'd be blowing up in my comments right now. Okay? So, I'm going to rate her an 8 out of 10. AJ Lee. Okay. AJ. There's a lot I could say about AJ that I'm not going to, because that would just take up too much of our time. So, AJ Lee. Sorry, I'm like... AJ Lee, I think... Dang. I don't know. Because it's hard. It's hard to say what I think about AJ Lee, because this is my first year actually seeing her in the ring. Yes, I've watched her old stuff with Paige, Caitlyn, all these people, Rosa Mendez and stuff, people like that, like old divas. But, well, when they called women divas. But now seeing her in the ring, I don't know how to feel about her. Because, like, I don't know. She's not the eye catcher to me. So I am going to put her at a 9.5. Because she hasn't really done anything. I guess the biggest thing she's done is help Maxine Dupree win the Women's Intercontinental Championship, which, I mean, I love that, but they could have done something with that. They could have elevated that story to something bigger, other than just, let me help you out, let me get onto the face team at Survivor Series and disappear again. Show back up 3 or 4 weeks later to help you again, and then take that out, and then at Monday Night Raw, first of the year, we're going to, I'm going to help you again, but I'm not going to stay with you or do anything with you. That's where I'm getting, like, okay, maybe not that high. Maybe not that 10. Because she is pushing that 10. Like, I am doing only 4 numbers and halves, so 9.5 is the closest I can get to 10 without it being 10. So that's why she's getting a 9.5 and not a 10. Because she's starting these things, and don't get me wrong, she's finishing this thing with Becky Lynch, but with Becky, like, being this person that came back, turned heel the second night of her being back in WWE, and just this, it's sad to say, but Becky needs to be face. Becky needs the fans if she wants to keep running in the long run. And I'll get more into Becky Lynch when she comes down on the list. Alexa Bliss. Is there really much to say? Her return was awesome. Her tag team with Zelina Vega, the short-term tag team that they had that wasn't even in the division, to help out against the President and the Secret Service, that was great. Her being in the Money in the Bank ladder match, I think she was in it, was awesome. All of her matches have just felt classics. Like, they've been classics. Like, creative have done stuff with Alexa Bliss. So I am going to give her a 9. No. I want to do 9.5 or 10, but yeah, we'll go 10. And then we'll do highest ratings and lowest ratings at the end. Alba Fire. The only good thing about Alba Fire this year was her being in the Secret Service. So we're going to do a solid 4 out of 10. I do like the Ethan Page, Chelsea Green, Alba Fire story, though. I do like that. So that is going to be a solid 4 out of 10. BFAB. What they're doing with BFAB and Jade and Meechin right now, I'm not having it. They're having BFAB and Meechin be, like, easy targets for Jade, and I do not like that. I am going to have to go with a 3.5. It's just nothing catches my eye about BFAB other than her being tall. That's the only thing. Like, Bailey. Bailey. I don't know. Oh yeah, and the championships that I have written down by the champs are the champs right now for the women's division. So it's not like Nia or Candice or Bianca or Chelsea Green. So Bailey, I really liked her triple threat match at what was it? Evolution, with, of course, Becky and Lyra. I am going to give her a 7.5 out of 10. She's done great things with, like, the hugger personality, with the heel turns. I really like this thing that they're doing. Becky Lynch. Hands down, 8.5. I'm not going to go over 8.5 or under 8.5. Only reason being is because she has done great things. She elevated the Women's Intercontinental Championship, and I don't think she can go lower or above 8.5 out of 10. Yes, she has. Yes, a lot of people didn't like her heel turn. I liked her heel turn. The only thing I did not like about her heel turn was the music change. That's the only thing. Because she's been heel before with that music, and I think that music just fits her. I think the man has come around, and the Sheamus almost entrance music, I don't like that for her. So, and of course, her return was awesome. I actually wish her and Lyra's title, or one day title reign, or her and Lyra's one day title reign and then the split up. I wish that title reign would have lasted out longer, because I think Lyra could have lost the title to that, and they could have helped elevate the women's division, the women's tag division, earlier in the year, where as it was late summer, early September, that we were getting good matches with the women's tag team titles. Or, yes, it was July where we got the Evolution stuff, and that's why I said late summer, because it wasn't early on in the spring, it was late. The only good match I could ever think of, other than the late summer to the first weekend, 2026, is Becky, Lyra versus Raquel and Liv at WrestleMania. That's why she is getting that, because she's elevated these divisions. She's doing all this stuff, but they're not doing what's needed. I think now that after she's done with Maxine Dupree, I think she's going to go up into the main event scene for Raw, because that's where she's needed most. Like Charlotte, she's needed most in the main event scene on SmackDown. Bianca Belair. The only thing I remember from her is her having a literal mental breakdown in the Elimination Chamber, overcoming that, and then being put into a triple threat match at WrestleMania, which we'll get into that triple threat match later. Okay? So, and being an actual part of the company while her freaking finger was broken, and is still part of the company. She's working out as a backstage thing right now. So I'm going to give her the 10 out of 10. Only reason she's going to get the second 10 out of 10 for tonight. Only reason being is because she hasn't been there. And she's doing stuff to make it believable that she will be returning. And another reason why she's getting the 10 out of 10, is because she's when she was here in WWE for 2025, for a little bit, not a lot, but for a little bit, she was there. She was ready to go. She went to work. The storyline between her, Rhea, and Io was so big, so powerful, that I even started turning on Bianca Belair, because she was like the heel, or her and Rhea were like the heels in the story of that. I like the emotions that she gave when Jade came back and attacked Naomi felt so real and so from the heart, that I don't think she deserves any less than a 10 out of 10. Even though she hasn't been there for the past 9.5 months, 6 months or something like that. 9 to 6 months, I can't remember. But that is where, like, I don't know. I do think she will be winning the 2026 Women's Rumble, though. But I also want to see someone different, like an Alexa Bliss or a Chelsea Green. we'll talk more about the 2026 predictions at the end of the video, okay? Blake Monroe. I loved her heel turn. I'm going to give her a 9.5. Only reason being, I don't watch her that much. She's not someone that catches my eye. The only thing that caught my eye about Blake Monroe was her tag team, or her friendship with Jordynne Grace, which she eventually turned on, okay? Candice LeRae. I love her joining the, or DIY the way, whatever you want to call them, this past summer. So she is also going to get an 8.5 out of 10. Charlotte Flair. Again, in 2026, I do think her and Alexa will be split up. And eventually, I do want to see a world title reign of those two. She's going to get in. We're going to give her a 9.5. Because I think it was great seeing her be the first ever 2-time Women's Rumble winner. And I think if they were going to do a first ever 2-time Rumble winner, it should have been her or Rhea. And I think going that route just cemented her as the best. The best there was, the best there is, and the best there ever will be. Gotta hydrate. Chelsea Green. A lot of people are going to hate me for this, but I'm glad she doesn't have the United States title anymore, because that pushes her up into the main event scene, and that, I think, is the real reason she lost the title, because if it wasn't that reason, then I don't think she had a reason to lose the title, other than she is going to win the Women's Royal Rumble in 2026. Yes, I do think Bianca Belair could, but I would rather see Chelsea Green and Bianca become I think it's 3 or 4 time Women's Elimination Chamber winner. So I think Chelsea Green is going to be the one to win that Rumble match. If anything, I think it's Paige, AJ Lee, Chelsea Green, and Bianca Belair, and maybe throw a Becky Lynch or a Io Sky into that top 4 or 5 people in the Women's Rumble match. I am going to give her a 9.5. Fallon Henley, the Women's Speed Champion as of right now. I mean, I love her thing with the, gosh, why can I never think of it? The thing with, I want to call it Toxic Attraction, Fatal Influence, because of Jacy Jayne. I love the thing of Fatal Influence that she has going on, and I love her being the right-hand woman of Jacy Jayne, the cement of, I think, to be honest, I think Fallon Henley could be the one to dethrone or eliminate Jacy Jayne from the 2026 Women's Rumble. I think she will be the reason Jacy Jayne does not walk out of Saudi Arabia as the 2026 Women's Royal Rumble winner. I will get into the 2026 Royal Rumble at the end of the video. We're just throwing it all in because these next couple weeks I have some good video matches for y'all. Okay, so that is going to be a 7.5. Julia, the United States Women's Champion. Yes, I know she is technically not the Women's United States Champion before 2025, but I'm making this after what's it called? After the after the first ever SmackDown of 2026, and I think Julia being that person to win that, I think that cements her. They just cannot miss this United States Championship reign like they did the last time. I'm going to give her a 6. Just 6. I don't care. Ivy Nile, she's done nothing. Nothing. Other than that one match with Maxine Dupree. I'm going to give her a 3. A 3 out of 10. Dang, that's low. Feel bad for Ivy Nile, but, like, they're not doing anything with her. For the longest time, I wanted her to become Intercontinental Champion. But now, you know what I would love most for Ivy Nile? If she was just, I think Ivy Nile belongs somewhere other than WWE. She's not like, yes, she's strong and she can do good things. But, like, I think Ivy Nile really needs to be somewhere other than WWE, or at least down in NXT. She needs more help. Like, she's not doing anything in the ring. The only time I saw her in 2025, other than the Women's Royal Rumble match, was her face-off against Maxine Dupree. I don't want to be a jerk, but, like, her being that is sad. It's really sad that they're not even using her. Because when she was brought up, I was really excited for that. So, 3 out of 10. Io Sky, do I really have to say anything? Didn't she make history as being the first ever triple woman to walk into a triple threat as a champ and walk out a triple threat as a champ? Didn't she become a thing like that? Yeah, I think so. So, I'm going to give her a solid 9.5, or 10 out of 10. Yeah, we'll do 10 out of 10. I'm feeling nice. Izzy Dame, I love her. I love the story with Tatum Paxley right now. I'm going to give her and Tatum, I'm going to jump over to when Tatum comes around. I'm going to talk for both of them right now. I love the calling, and they're both going to get a 9.5 out of 10 because of the things they did in their rivalry and are still doing in their rivalry are crazy. Jacy Jayne, NXT Women's Champion. What's there to like about her? What is there to like about Jacy Jayne other than the fatal influence that she apparently runs and the stuff that she's doing on NXT? What is there to like about Jacy Jayne? She's going to get the... I don't like her as NXT champ. I'm actually very surprised that she is still NXT champ because guys, it's not working. Oh, there it goes. Okay, so that is why she's going to get a solid 5 out of 10. Jade Cargill, Women's Champion. There's nothing to like about her other than the fact that she returned at SummerSlam, or not SummerSlam, Elimination Chamber is probably the best thing of her year. I don't like her heel run. She's better a face. She's better in the tag team division. She's just not meant for a championship. I don't like Tiffany Stratton, but I do like her championship reign more than Jade. I think we'll do a 6.5 out of 10. Jada Parker. That's rad. That's radical, okay? So Jada Parker is going to get a 9.5 out of 10. I don't care what you say, what she did in her career. I don't even need to say anything. She's getting a 9.5 out of 10. Jordan Gracie, her first ever year officially signed to a WWE contract. her year has been great. Yes. Sorry. Yes, I would have loved to see her get a championship early on. Like, maybe she dethroned NXT champion, or I don't know. I think she... Oh my gosh. Something in my nose. Okay. I think she deserves a championship. I'm going to give her an 8.5 out of 10. This has been the most entertaining first ever year in the WWE I could ever think of. Kairi Sane, I'm going to give her the same as her tag team partner because I think the same of her as I do Asuka. So 8.8 out of 10. Kalani Jordan, she's done nothing with the company other than be the first ever NXT superstar to fight against NXT in a match like that, which was the only match. So I am going to have to say 7.5 out of 10. Kendall Gray, the Evolve Women's Champion, everybody. She will be the next NXT champion, I believe, at least. I am going to give her... I'm going to give her a solid 5. She's not my favorite. I don't watch NXT that much. Kiana James. I'm going way too quick. I don't watch NXT that much. But I don't know. What I've seen from Kendall Gray is really awesome. So, Kiana James, I'm not even going to talk about her. I am literally going to give her a 2 out of 10, guys. 2 out of 10. Come on. What is there to like about Kiana James? Other than her partnership with Julia, which still hasn't been good. So, she is going to get that. Lash Legend. She is my favorite NXT call-up of 2025. So, I love her tag team with Nia. So, I'm going to give her a 9.5 out of 10. Lainey Reed. Actually, I'm going to give her the same as JC Jane out of 5 out of 10. Again, don't watch it very much, but what I've seen about her just points to a 5 out of 10. Liv Morgan, but probably one of the greatest returns ever in WWE. Coming back, everybody thinking she's turning face, kicks John Cena's balls, and then, I think, there's nothing to say about it. She is the greatest of all time in women's. At least, she's the greatest person of all time right now. There's someone who I think is greater, but I'm not going to say it because nobody likes her. Nia Jax. But Will Vice. Again, I'm going to give her the same as Jada Parker. They've both done, similar things this year. Lyra Valkyria. I'm not going to give her as high as Bayley or Becky. I'm actually going to go down a couple and go to 5.5 out of 10. She's just not the greatest in the ring. She's not the best in the ring. She's definitely not the most entertaining to watch in the ring. I do like her high flyer style and stuff like that. She's just not the best. She will never be the best. But I don't know. Maxine Dupree, the current Intercontinental Champion, in my opinion, the best Intercontinental Champion. I'm going to give this lady a 10 out of 10. These past 4 months that she's had feuding with Becky, I think it's been 4, maybe, has been the best months of her career. Michin, honestly, she's probably the worst woman on the roster in 2025. And that's coming from me telling you guys that BFAB was at a 3.5, and there's ladies ranked under BFAB, like the likes of Kiana James, Ivy Nile. Yeah, so she is going to get fairly low. We're going to do a 1.5, 1.5 out of 10. She is not good, and I'm sorry for all you Meechin, or whatever you want to call her, Meechin. I'm going to call her Meechin because I don't like her name, Mia but Meechin, she's done nothing. Nothing. Other than, she's injured right now. And she's just not the best in the ring. Has stage fright. But, yeah. Naomi, I think she's just going to get a 9. Only reason being is because she's pregnant right now, and I know that child about to be cute. Like, her baby. I think all babies are cute, so. Nikki Bella is little Jimmy Uso. Little Jim. Out of 10, I'm going to give Nikki a 9.5. She's done, again, amazing things with the women's world title championship, even though she's never held it, but also with the women's intercontinental championship. Nia Jax, sorry. Nia Jax, I'm going to give 2. I'm going to give her a 9.5 out of 10. Yes, she is my favorite wrestler, but I have to be fair. I can't just give her a 10 out of 10. Nikki Cross, I don't like her in the YS6. She is going to get a 1 out of 10. Yeah, 1. The highest rating right now is Liv Morgan at a 10 out of 10. We're going to do Liv Morgan at a 10 out of 10 because that's the one that I had a lot of stuff to say about Liv at 10 out of 10. So, that's why I'm going to say that. Because I'm not going to go from the ties. I'm not doing ties. I'm going to say the one that I have more to say. Piper Niven, I'll give a solid 7.5 out of 10. Raquel and Roxanne out of 10. Great things with the women's titles. I will give both of them 10 out of 10. So the winners right now are the Judgment Day. They are the top 3 out of 10. Rhea Ripley. Is there anything to say about Rhea other than Mommy is always on top? 9.5 out of 10. I like her better in the main event scene. Just knocking stuff over. I like her better in the main event scene. She's not good in the women's tag team scene. I am dealing with it because I do love her, but I think her being... Guys. I like her being in the main event scene more than the tag title scene, but that just means that if they want me to like the tag team scene, if they want me to like the tag team scene, they either have to give it to Rhea Ripley and Io Sky or Nia Jackson, Lash Legend. So Ruka, 9.5 out of 10. I really hope in 2026 she does get a main roster call-up. Women's World Champion, Stephanie McIntyre. I don't like her whatsoever. I think she is one of the worst wrestlers that WWE has ever seen. Not because of her wrestling style, just because she's not catchy on the mic. And I'm not saying that to be a jerk, but I feel, okay, hear me out. I feel that to be good on the mic, you need to have good English. At least just a tiny bit of good English. Not just a couple of words, but more. At least a paragraph of English. Or even more than that to be good on the mic. Like Io, I like her on the mic. I think she's good on the mic. Or who are other ones that have foreign? Asuka, I like her on the mic. Kyrie, I like her on the mic. It's just not good for Stephanie. Just work on your thing a little bit and she will get higher than a 7.5. Especially if they're going to have her on the mic a lot. That's just all I have to say. Dana Paxley already said that. 9.5 out of 10. I do like the stuff she is doing with Izzy Dame once again. Yeah. North American champion, Thea Hale, is going to get a 9.5. I love the push they're giving her. It said it was a botched ending. I don't think so. Tiffany Stratton, just because she's my least favorite wrestler, I'll give her a 5 out of 10. Zarya, I'm going to go the same with Tiffany as Zarya and do a 5 out of 10. Zelina Vega. I love Zelina. I'm going to give her a 7.5 out of 10. Shayna Baszler. Shayna. I don't see why people like her. Yes, I do like her breaking people's arms. I do find that part entertaining. Like, when she, like, maneuvers their arms in different ways and limbs. We're going to go 6.5 out of 10. Trish, I'm going to give her the same as Stephanie. 5 out of 10. They're not... She's not even on the roster right now. Okay, so favorite tag team of 2025 is Ryo. Yeah. Favorite title run of 2025 is Maxine Dupree's Intercontinental Championship. Favorite return of 2025 is AJ Lee. Favorite match of 2025, triple threat match at WrestleMania of the 3 women. Favorite heel turn was Nikki Bella. Favorite face turn, Rhea Ripley. Favorite feud, AJ Lee versus Becky Lynch. Favorite NXT call-up is Lash Legend. And overall, my 2025 favorite women's wrestler of 2025 is going to be Nia Jax. Okay, now it's time for the 2026 Rumble. 2026. Okay, I will see you guys next time. Bye.